Somebody said, Amy, girl, you don't know what that man did in his past. See, that's why this person who just wrote that comment...
But God knows what you've done in your past.
I'm going to say it. That's why this person who wrote that comment will never get blessed like they supposed to.
Ever.
Everybody in the world got a past. But guess what? When you get into a relationship with somebody, you don't bring the past in the relationship. The past is the past for a reason.
Picture this. A 6'11" NBA champion who once bragged that he slept under a wooden cross marries a chart-climbing rapper on a beach in January, and by July they're hurling court papers instead of bouquet tosses. Yep, Dwight Howard and love and hip-hop. Atlanta alum Amy Luciani just turned happily ever after into the quickest overtime blowout fans have ever seen. Mutual restraining order, alimony demands, public whiplash. All in 6 months, but how did a self-proclaimed man of God slide from Sunday school saint to tabloid titan? Grab your popcorn, keep one eye on those red flags, and let's rewind the tape, because the warning signs were flashing in 1080p long before Amy said I do. Tonight, June 2004, the Orlando Magic called Dwight's name first overall, and cameras capture a baby-faced 18-year-old lifting his Bible higher than the draft cap. He promises to raise the name of God in the NBA and even muses about adding a cross to the league logo. Teammates nicknamed him Captain Church. He prayed twice daily, led teen ministry on Fridays, and told reporters, hand over heart, that he was saving himself for marriage. Sports psychologists call this identity fusion, when faith, talent, and public perception weld into a single brand. The upside? Instant marketability. The downside? One hairline crack, and the whole statue shatters. 3 seasons later, Orlando Magic cheerleader Royce Reed posts an ultrasound. Dwight's purity pledge evaporates faster than a fast break dunk. By 2013, he's welcomed 5 children with 5 different women. Fans start calling him a walking paternity suit, and late-night hosts roast his legendary pull-out game, or lack thereof. Behind the memes lies a classic shadow self spiral. Carl Jung argued that suppressed impulses don't disappear. They hide until stress cracks the mask. For Dwight, each hush-hush baby mama settlement widened the gap between preacher and player. And when your public resume reads role model dad, private contradictions become ticking TNT. But fatherhood drama was only Dwight's warm-up act. The next scandal questioned the very story he'd built his manhood on. In 2018, transgender influencer Mason Elijah tweets a thread claiming a relationship with a Lakers big man.
You're not gonna talk about Dwight on my page. You're not. You're not. That's why y'all notice, did y'all notice when we first got together, I was posting and I was so happy, and it was Black love, and I was so happy. And then I was reading the comments. People was actually adding my husband's name to talk about him. You have your opinions. I know my husband. I know who I married. Y'all don't know who I married. I don't know who y'all married. So I wanted to really show my life and the changes. But people were so negative and so nasty that I was like, maybe I gotta turn into that girl who don't show y'all nothing.
Screenshots fly, alleged late-night DMs, talk of private parties, even demands for NDAs. Dwight fires back with a $10 million defamation countersuit. Elijah sues for harassment. Both cases stall, then vanish, dismissed quietly in 2023. Why the silent exit? Litigation strategist David Westbrook, not that Westbrook, explains, countersuing forces public discovery, depositions, sworn testimony, aka receipts. Dropping the case lets both parties retreat without evidence going viral. It's a textbook PR strategy called containment by silence. If that Twitter firestorm scorched Dwight's image, the next lawsuit nearly burned the whole house down. July 2023. Georgia man Stephen Harper files suit alleging Dwight pressured him into a steamy 3-way with a man in drag. Text leak showing Dwight's infamous line, "I'm not G*Y or anything, I'm just a little nasty sometimes." The internet erupts. Memes of Dwight in pink feather boas trend for weeks. Yet, in August 2024, Harper withdraws every claim with prejudice. The judge slams the gavel. Case closed, can't refile. ESPN notes no payout was made. Howard's camp frames it as vindication. Skeptics call it hush money without the money. Either way, the athlete's shadow looms larger than ever. Psychanalyst Dr. Renee Carter calls this reputation saturation. When rumors stack faster than denials, the crowd picks a side, evidence or not. For Dwight, whispers about his private life morph into social media fact, setting the stage for our leading ladies' entrance. Enter Amy Luciani, a Detroit-bred rapper with her own past and zero patience for Dwight's baggage. Born Amber Rose in Motor City, Amy Luciani swapped choir robes for studio mics, dropped an R and B Meets Trap EP in 2023, and stirred drama on Love and Hip Hop, Atlanta Season's 1-on-1 2. She's no shrinking violet, runs a hair care line, a homeless outreach charity, and jokes she's the real Amber Rose. She meets Dwight in ATL late 2024, industry insiders claim at a charity gala. By December, she's flashing a rock the size of a Spalding on Instagram. The captions? Black love and he's my piece. Fans blinked twice. Dwight had never posted her. Engagement to wedding? Barely 4 weeks. January 11th, 2025, they tie the knot under Georgia Oaks. Phones confiscated. Drone cams banned. Friends say Amy believed she'd found a grown Dwight, healed and holy. But weddings don't erase warning signs. They just exchange them for diamond-encrusted ones. And right after cutting the cake, cracks started cutting through their timeline. First clue, Amy deletes Mrs. Howard from her bio. Then she attends a film premiere alone. No ring, no Dwight. Fans flood comments. Sis, blink twice if you're okay. She claps back on live, saying trolls won't speak on her husband, yet never says his name. Relationship experts call this digital distancing, the modern couple's way of sleeping in separate beds while sharing an address. When joint selfies vanish and event invites arrive +0, insiders bet on Splitsville. Meanwhile, Dwight is ejected from a Big Three opener after trading shoves with Lance Stevenson because why not add a scuffle? Amy's hinting at new music. Dwight is posting his pet husky. None of it together. Then July hit, and the paperwork slammed down harder than one of Dwight's dunks. July 1st, 2025, Fulton County clerk stamps Amber Rose Howard versus Dwight David Howard II. Grounds? Irretrievably broken. Amy asks for half the assets and alimony after 6 months of matrimony. The very next day, a mutual restraining order is refiled. Court insiders reveal there was already a protective order dated January 2nd, less than 24 hours before the wedding photos surfaced. Translation? They were guarding each other while saying vows. You can't make this up. Why restraining orders so common in whirlwind marriages? Family law attorney Jada Singh cites escalation compression. When couples accelerate through relationship milestones, conflicts compress too. Small disagreements skip simmer and go straight to boil. Amy stays quiet except for a cryptic IG story, choosing peace over performance. Dwight posts gym clips captioned, "Work don't stop." But beneath the legal blows lies the bigger question. Why does Dwight keep running from himself? Psychotherapist Dr. Marcus Lane points to self-incongruence. When public persona and private desire split so far apart they form separate identities. The more Dwight policed his image, Bible verses, youth camps, I'm not G*Y, just nasty, the more energy it took to hide the other half. Eventually the mask cracks and everyone nearby gets cut. Amy, by contrast, built her brand on transparency. She rapped about exes, body confidence, and mental health. That authenticity clash is a relationship killer. Breen Brown writes, "Connection happens only when we let our whole selves be seen." Amy couldn't connect to a hologram, and Dwight couldn't drop the act without detonating his legacy. So, what can we learn from a marriage that lasted barely longer than the NBA All-Star break? Brands aren't bonds. A public image can win endorsements, but it won't hold a marriage together at 3 a.m. Speed kills context. Engagement to altar in 4 weeks leaves no time to unpack red flags. Truth finds daylight. Silence may pause a scandal, but it never erases receipts. Will Amy spill tea on a podcast? Will Dwight finally sit for a tell-all? We'll keep refreshing those court dockets, so you don't have to. And there you have it, the fast-forward romance that crashed faster than a corrupted game file. If today's deep dive taught us anything, it's that fairy tale captions can't Photoshop real-life contradictions. So sound off below. Is Dwight Howard a victim of public expectations, or the architect of his own undoing? Did Amy dodge a lifetime of drama, or will the courtroom encore get messier? Drop your takes, smash that subscribe button, and ring the bell so you never miss the next celebrity love story turned cautionary tale. Until then, stay curious and remember, what's done in the dark may trend by morning.